Photographer here? Why, Jim Sherman.
Trying to get the girls in the car.
It's hard to do that at 120 miles an hour down the road.
If that would be a stack bottom, we wouldn't do the 120.
Anyway, I just want to say I'm glad to see everybody. This is really great. And everybody's looking good, you know, for geezers.
Yeah, I remember I got into the Pagans, Jerry Muleitner used to have this green Ford, 49 Ford, and so he would pick me up in the morning and along with a bunch of other guys, and we'd drive to school and we'd chip in for gas. This was like...
You look next door across the street to Dixon's, 56 Chevy parked across the street.
Anyway, so we had, I mean, it was a different time. The era was, you know, I know it's been said before, but it was just a more innocent time. We were like discovering rock and roll, we were discovering girls, we were discovering lots of things. Unfortunately for Mike Schaub, me, and Larry Davis, we didn't discover girls that quickly because we used to sit in the parking lot after the games wondering, what the hell are we doing here sitting in the parking lot? We don't have a car, we have no girls.
The woes of the linemen.
We didn't have the black Chevy, we didn't have the girlfriends, we didn't have black tuck and roll, we had none of that. We had sitting on a curb thinking, why aren't we having any fun tonight? So, but I tell you something, for me, getting into the Pagans, for me, athletics was always the avenue for acceptance, but I mean, with the Pagans, it was good that it was based on an athletic basis, but it was the idea of belonging to a group of people that wanted you to be a member, you know, and that feeling of when you first get into high school of like, whoa, you know, this is just like the real world, but the microcosm is you're in school, but there's all the other competition going on and everything else goes on in school. So it was very nice to be asked to join a club and to have that as sort of your foundation that served that purpose.
That was kind of what we set our guidelines on, because most of us did play football. Do you guys remember when we played that car club from Alameda? Pardon me, Carol, that's where she went. What's the name of that club that we thrashed at Sun Valley Park?
The Ecclesians.
Is that what it was?
Notre Dame.
How about the fruit?
No.
The fruit fight.
What about the fruit fight we had with the Jokers? Oh no.
Alameda.
I remember that I remember. Does anybody remember Jack Martini?
Oh yeah.
Jack didn't make it, but he and I remember we were. Yes. Well, I don't know if anybody else had recollections of the fruit fight. Anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Anybody want to share some of the tomato stories or anything else regarding the Joker fruit fight? Yeah, we had it in Laguna Canyon. Want to share something on that?
I talked to my kids and my grandkids about the fruit fight for 47 years. And they thought it was something different, you know. And is it Kay Wright that found those photos?
He got them from Mike Rowe had them. Really?
Oh, they're really, really great. So we ought to. Somebody ought to spread it around on the internet to everybody in the group there, because it's really, really great.
They have one of them.
If you all reach under your chair,
right at the end. Was that Tom DeLon going out?
I don't know.
Right at the end.
I was going to ask one question. When we were when I was a senior in high school, and this car club was going, they all asked me if we could all stay at my parents' house down in Newport Beach.
Yeah, I remember that.
They kept asking me, and I didn't want to ask them because they knew they were going to say no, and my mother said yes. So we took all the furniture out of the living room of our place down there, and all these guys all had their sleeping bags, and we'd go to the beach chasing ladies all day long, come back, wait our turn to take a shower so we could take the girls out that night. And I fell asleep on a pile of sleeping bags And there's somebody in this room that knows who shaved one of my legs. Actually,
It was Gary!
we figured out. I know Don Caney was behind the whole thing. So, anyway.
I think you better head towards Caney or Maleitner.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I was telling a couple guys tonight, you know, we are really lucky. The period that we grew up in, nobody in history has ever been able to grow up in the same kind of life that we've all had. We are the luckiest dudes in the world.
Okay, I think that probably does it.
I think Don Slauson might have a story about a pony keg in the back of his car one day.
A pony keg in the back of your car.
I don't remember that. I do remember at Gary's down in Newport. A bunch of us went out, and we thought we'd be cool when we came back. A bunch of the guys were already in the house. So we all took our pants off and draped the pants over our arms.
And my mother was looking out the bathroom window.
So that's about it. I think they're going to serve us some coffee and different things, and let's enjoy the music and get out and do a little dancing. Let's just relax.
Sherman, Scott's looking at me. He's afraid I'm going to tell this story. Scott and I and Frank Bachaliga used to go to Carpinteria quite a bit, and we would go in those days you could have a fire on the beach. And so this one particular time I had a brand new 63 Chevy, brand new, it was about a week old, and we decided we were going to get a case of beer and take off and go to Carpinteria. So we went down to Carpinteria, and we were drinking beer, and we got to the beach, and we built a fire, and we saw some other people down there, and they had vodka, and we had beer, and they wanted beer, and we wanted vodka.
We're real smart guys. We're 80 miles from home. Let's have some vodka now.
So we gave them some beer, and they gave us some vodka. And so we're sitting there and drinking vodka and beer, and they're drinking beer and vodka, and we're sitting by the fire, and we're getting a little bit inebriated, and so finally we said, you know what, it's getting late, and the fire is getting burning down. We better get back and get home. So of course I had a brand new car, and we've been sitting out in the sand, and I said, hey guys, you guys are not getting in my car like that.
We went swimming.